What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another TCW outdoor video. We're not out fishing today. Unfortunately, we have some boat maintenance we have to do. That just comes with it. So the last time we went out fishing, the steering box in my trolling motor quit working, I guess. So everything else works, so it'll still go forward and everything. I don't know if you can see that spinning. So that still works, but when I go to turn it, I get nothing. So we can only assume that the steering box is bad. Here is the new one beside it. There's not a lot of videos out there on how to replace this, so that is what we're here to do today. So first thing we're going to do is we have to take the head off so that we can slide this shaft all the way out. Once we're able to get the shaft out, then we are able to take that bad boy off. So hang tight, let's get to repairing. So basically what I did is, before we really start digging into it, was here is the wires that's going into the main electrical place here. I went ahead and just unplugged those and went ahead and plugged a new motor into it, and as you can see, it is working. So that is good to know that the motor is actually bad, and we don't have any other issues. So that's why I wanted to check that before we really started tearing this apart. Now this is the Minn Kota Terrova, the 80-pound thrust saltwater edition trolling motor. So yeah, just wanted to do that so we can really start tearing it apart now. Screws the bottom of this. Okay, yes, I'm a big dummy. You do need to take this off and apart, and I have to undo these two wires and undo this so that this can separate and this whole head can basically move out of the way. So let's go ahead and accomplish that. That's apart. Oh, take that off. That's just a little connector there. Now the whole head's removed. Now I can pull this and we are disconnected. So that's what you're left with. And then this you can just set off to the side. And then I will have to you'll just have to clean these up and reapply some heat shrink. Okay, so now that that's done, move on to this guy. That should be easy peasy. Sliding him right off, just like so. Okay, now this is probably one of the more harder parts, and one of the parts you have to be very easy with. So we have to take this guy off, and this guy has the little helper rod in there that helps you pull it back up. That is connected up here. Okay, now we got to be very careful, because if we let go, it'll zoop right back in there and it'll be a bad day. So we're going to release this and I'll show you what we have to do. Okay, so as I mentioned, we have to take this off, but we have to be very, very careful when we do this, and not, this is that silver rod here, and not let this unscrew. See how it's wanting to roll back up on me? And it's okay to let it come back up. So I have it just sitting up here holding itself in. I want to remove these screws so we don't lose them. Set those where we know they are at. Okay, so now that this is apart, see, there's the screw right in there, that when I take that loose, this is going to want to roll back up inside here. So you have to be very careful. But now that that is done, you can just let it rest up there, and now we can pull the shaft out Just be very, very careful with your wires. Okay. All right. So the shaft is out. So now all we have left is to deal with this. Okay. And it's very easy. As long as you take your time with it, you can get it. But you just have to be very, very careful and don't want to bend it or do anything of that nature. So, as you see in here, it's a little bitty special bit that we'll take off and then pull it through. I kind of want to do this with both your hands because you want to be able to hold it. Because see, when I let it go, it wants to. So you want to be able to hold it. Try not to break it. Be able to hold it while you do this, or it will be a very, very bad day. Okay, and you don't have to unscrew it all the way, because if you see here, it kind of has it where you can ever so slightly move it. Now, you want to kind of work together here. Again, you don't want to let none of this go, so if you grab it up here, and you can just, pull it through, So you want to try to avoid what I just did, because that hurt. But as long as it's still in good shape. Okay, so it's done wound itself back up. I still have it in my hand. What you're going to want to do, take back your piece here where it unscrewed from, and then just slide it back in like so, and then tighten that back up. Still want to keep your hands on it, and the hard part is done. So now you can even see it was broken, so this needed to be changed either way. So now we just have to get this out, pretty much. So there's a pin here that's holding it in. So as you see, there's those two washers on both sides that we have to pop off. You want to be careful to try and save those if you can, because you want to be able to reuse it. So let's see if we can do that. Able to pull this right out. Okay, so there's the washer, little locking washer just popped off. So now I can take whatever and push that directly out, and there we go. So there we go. So I didn't pull it all the way out because I'll just leave it in, but you can see there where it's almost out. It gives me the ability to freely move this, and then this is just gonna fold right out. Now I did forget, we've got to get this wire out of the bracket here, and we have to take that little protector off. Got the connector off, got the wire through. Bad motor's out. Now you do want to keep these little nylon washers where the pin goes through, just because the new one doesn't come with them. Okay, got that back in. Everything is nice and secured. Now we run our wires back through the hole with the little grommet here. So an alternative for this to stick it back through, so I taped it to a piece of rebar. So now we should just be able to, look at that, just slide it right through, and there it comes out of the bottom. So now I can cut the tape off and remove all of this. And just like that, all back together in one piece. Now it's for the moment of truth. Oh, plug it in. Okay, we got power. Everything's working so far. Tighten it up to there. Foot pedal works. There we go, that's sitting into place. And sweet. Just like that. Back and working. I'm sure, I don't know if you can see it spinning. Yeah, but we are ready to go fishing again. Thank you so much for watching. That is how we replaced the steering box on this amazing trolling motor. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like, subscribe button. Go check out our website. We got some new t-shirts and a couple other things. So check us out, like and subscribe. We're going fishing next weekend, so we'll see you then.